My sister kissed my fiancé on our engagement night, but my family took her side. 5 years later, she is at my doorstep begging for money, and my family is furious I won't give her a dime. I was 24 when it happened. Lucas and I had been together since sophomore year of college, almost 5 years. He proposed on a Saturday night in March and threw this massive surprise party at our apartment. Probably 60 people showed up, friends from work, his college buddies, my cousins, everyone we knew. Around 10 p.m., I stepped into the backyard to take a call from my best friend who couldn't make it. The reception inside was terrible, so I walked toward the garden area near the fence. That's when I saw them, my sister Melissa and Lucas, pressed up against the side of the house, making out like their lives depended on it. They were so into it they didn't even hear me standing there. I just froze watching them for what felt like hours, but was probably only 15 seconds. Finally, Melissa opened her eyes and saw me. She jumped back. Lucas turned around and his face went completely white. I didn't say a word, just walked straight through the house, grabbed my purse, and drove to the Marriott on Route 9 about 20 minutes away. I sat in that hotel room shaking for hours around 2 a.m. I got a text from Melissa saying she was sorry, but she was in love with Lucas. And apparently this had been going on for 8 months. 8 months while I was planning a wedding, while I was showing her pictures of bridesmaid dresses, while she was helping me pick out centerpieces. Then Lucas texted. Basically the same thing, said he only proposed because he thought committing to me would make him stop wanting Melissa. But it just made it worse. I stayed at that hotel for 4 days, living off vending machine snacks and room service, charging everything to the credit card Lucas and I shared. I didn't answer a single call or text. Finally on day 4, I went back home because I needed my laptop for work and I couldn't afford to lose my job. When I walked in, the entire family was there. My parents, my Aunt Carol, who's lived with us since her husband died, my younger brother, even Melissa. Everyone jumped up and started hugging me, crying, saying how worried they were. My mother kept saying, "Thank God you're safe. We thought something terrible happened." Then Lucas cleared his throat and announced that since everything was out in the open now, he'd already packed his stuff and was moving in with Melissa. He said it like he was doing me some kind of favor. My mother actually smiled this huge relieved smile and said, "Well, at least now we can all move forward." Honestly, I looked at her and said, "Move forward. Are you serious? Melissa stole my boyfriend. She betrayed me and you're smiling about this." My father cut me off and said, "Now, honey, these things happen in life. You can't control who you fall in love with. We need to support your sister during this difficult transition." Difficult transition? I said she's not going through chemo. Dad, she's a homewrecker. My Aunt Carol actually laughed and said, "Oh, sweetie, don't be so dramatic. You'll find someone else. Melissa and Lucas are clearly meant to be." Then Melissa walked over and tried to hug me, whispering, "I'm so sorry, but I love him. I can't help it." I pushed her away and told all of them to get out of my house. Lucas said, "Actually, this is my house too. My name's on the lease." I said, "Fine, then I'll leave." And I went into my bedroom and started throwing clothes into garbage bags. My mother followed me in and said I was being selfish, making this all about myself instead of being happy that my sister found her soulmate. I stopped packing and just stared at her. I said, "Are you hearing yourself? Right now, she kissed my fiancé at my engagement party, and you want me to be happy for her?" She said, "Mistakes happen. We forgive and move on. That's what family does." I told her if that's what family does, then I don't want one anymore. I finished packing, loaded everything into my car, and drove away that night. I didn't say goodbye, didn't leave a note, just left within 3 months. I'd moved to a different state, changed my number, blocked everyone on social media, got a new job, and started completely over. That was 5 years ago, last Tuesday. I'm sitting in my home office, the one in the house I bought with my husband Drew, who I married 2 years ago, when my phone rings. It's a number I don't recognize, I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. It's my mother and she's crying saying Melissa needs help. Her husband left her, took the house, the car, cleaned out their joint account. Apparently he'd been cheating on her for 2 years with someone from his office. Melissa's living in mom's basement. Now with 2 kids under 5 working at Target trying to get by. Then my mother says, "The reason she's calling, you're doing well now with your fancy tech job and your house. We need you to help family. We need $15,000 to get Melissa back on her feet, get her a car, a deposit on an apartment." I literally laughed out loud. I said, "Let me get this straight. Melissa steals my fiancé. You all take her side. Tell me I'm being dramatic and selfish. And now 5 years later, you want me to give her $15,000. My mother said, "Yes, because that's what family does. We help each other." I said, "No, Mom, family doesn't sleep with their sister's fiancé. Family doesn't smile and call it meant to be when someone gets betrayed. You taught me that family forgives and moves on. So I forgive Melissa for destroying my life, and I'm moving on without giving her a single penny." My mother started screaming, calling me cruel, heartless, saying Melissa made a mistake and deserves a second chance. I said, "You're absolutely right. She deserves exactly what she gave me, a betrayal she never saw coming." Then I hung up.